So I was going to be rebuilding this Hydromatic today, but I need some tools from work, and I really don't feel like running down there today. So I'm working on cleaning some stuff up here. I'm soaking these in WD-40 and Purple Power, and then I've got the solvent going here. This car has been leaking oil for a long time, so I don't know why they parked it, but I suspect it was because the transmission was leaking so much. It's just covered in grease. So I've got everything soaking in solvent. We're gonna just do some cleaning today. These are the side covers for the engine. Got Taurus cover there. Everything's dirty. No oil filter on the engine, so it's filthy. Let me show you if I can get it out of here. We're gonna be cleaning all that up, inside and out. Get this old girl back to running condition. So stand by, folks. These are transmission mounts. They're fairly shot, but they're going to be easy enough to change later on. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these ones up. Put them back on the car when we're ready. By the way, if anybody has any fender skirts for a 1950 Pontiac Chieftain, you let me know. And I know I should have gloves on. I get it. I'm out of gloves. Just give me a break. It's gonna be okay. Probably. I don't know. What I've found working on these greasy old cars is if the first thing I like to do is soak them in WD-40, and I'll do that. Sometimes I'll just get one of these horsehair brushes and dab on WD-40 for a week if I have time, and it really helps break stuff up. It really helps this old grease that's been on there for 50 years, you know. And then I soak it in Purple Power. Then I usually put it in here and clean it up, and it helps keep your solvent cleaner a lot longer also. So it's kind of nice to get most of the grease off before you get to your solvent tank. That car is so greasy, I need to soak the whole thing in the solvent tank, but I can't, it doesn't fit. I tried. I measured it, it's not gonna work. Really close, but not gonna work. Is solvent good for these rubber mounted chucks? Mounts? I don't know. It'll be fine. She's only got 108 horsepower. We're gonna be okay, folks. These things are dirtier than them rap videos I see online. And the problem with this 30, 40, 50-year-old grease, you think you're getting somewhere with it. You're getting a bunch off. And then you just realize you're just getting one layer off. You just got 10 years off. You got several more decades to get off. busting bolts to the abyss. Dang it. Lost one for sure. This is a bracket. Holds the engine vent tube on a 1950 Pontiac Chieftain Straight 8. Does it need to be clean? Yeah, it does, because that car is disgusting, and that's not how we do things around here. If I get dirty working on your hot rod, there's something wrong. So we're gonna let this Bad Larry soak a little bit more. I'm gonna get this stuff scraped off here. Don't worry about scratching it. Have you guys seen the car? It's got a lot of character, put it that way. And nobody's gonna see this anyway. Also doing this video just to kind of show you guys it's not all fun rebuilding transmissions and engines, and you got to do this part, and I hate this part, but you got to do it. It's no option. So here we are. I'll let these babies drip off a little bit. I'll grab a rag, clean this table up. Sorry about the audio, guys. I am gonna order some microphones probably this week. Yeah, it'll be better. I hope you guys enjoy the channel. I've had kind of an overwhelming response to my channel, just posting a few videos, which I never really intended to share on here, but I had them for a while, and I was like, and I'm sitting here working on my Hydromatic. I've got the engine and transmission out of my Pontiac. I don't have a hot rod to drive right now, so I started missing her. So that's where the videos came from, folks. This here's the breather for the crankcase. It's got a hole here. Brings in fresh air there. It's got a little, I believe, steel wool filter up in here. It's really dirty. Probably shouldn't have dunked it in the solvent tank because it's going to get my solvent disgusting, as you can see. But once again, this is just part of it. I can't stand putting things back together dirty. also here to show you guys you can do this stuff on a budget. I'm working in probably a, I don't know, 22 foot by 12 foot shed. I got a 20-gallon Harbor Freight parts cleaner here. Solvent's expensive, unfortunately. Got a Harbor Freight bench over here, using my weight bench for a bench to hold parts on this side, you know. And you could do it even cheaper if you want to weld your own stuff. If you got some scrap metal laying around, you can build benches way cheaper than you can go buy them. It just takes a little time. I don't have a lot of scrap metal anymore, so I just buy the cheap stuff. Alright, we're gonna let that stuff, we're gonna dry this stuff off. See, that mount's pretty bad. I didn't know it was that bad. It'll be fine, probably. I don't know. Might order a new one. I found some new old stock ones the other day. Should probably just order them. But it's kind of the least of my concerns right now. Right now, my biggest concern is this bad Larry right here. We got to get her rebuilt, folks. And it is dirty, I'm telling you. It's bad. The engine, same way. We're not rebuilding it, I hope. I think we're just resealing, cleaning up. New timing chain will be here probably in a couple weeks. New gaskets. We're not touching this very rusty old girl. So hopefully, I did pressure test it. I didn't have any leaks. I had the pan off. I was looking up in the cylinders, rotating the engine. I didn't have any leaks. So we're gonna cross on the fingers and we're not going to touch any of it. Doesn't have a thermostat. This thermostat housing she's bad. There's stalactites and stalagmites growing in here like you ain't seen. Tried taking one of these bolts out. It wasn't budging. I'm not messing with it. It'll be just fine. Anyway. That's what I'm working with, folks. Nothing fancy. I got another shop I could be working in, but I like to do most of my stuff here at the house. You know, then I can come out here and work on it whenever I want to, as long as I want to, and don't have to deal with other stuff. So here we are, cleaning parts. Thanks for stopping by. Just want to show you guys a little bit of the grease that I'm dealing with here. It's, you know, it's a lot. I mean, what? How? Did they not have power washers for the last, I don't know. I guess it's been parked for 30 years, so. And the inside, unfortunately, she's pretty dirty. So I'm just going to kind of go through what I do here. It's not the most perfect method, but it's worked for me with this old 40, 50-year-old grease, you know. So I'm going to wait for the neighbor dog to quit barking, and I'll show you guys what I do here. Would you just look at it? So anyway, I'm just going to take you through quickly what I do when I have this kind of grease, because this stuff's baked on. I mean, it's on the side of the engine. You got hot air coming out here. This stuff is baked on. So what I like to do is start with a little bit of beard oil. Let me grab that. Industrial strength beard oil. That's the good stuff, folks. We need to lubricate that cap a little bit. So I just have an old horsehair brush. I use these in my solvent tank. I wouldn't use them for like final cleaning of something. These bristles do come off. It's not ideal. There's better brushes, but this is what I use. So I just put a little bit of WD-40 in here. Not a sponsor yet. Beard oil. It's great. It's multi-purpose. Stops squeaks, removes and protects, loosens rusted parts, frees sticky mechanisms, drives out moisture. Beard oil. You know, you just splash a little bit on there. It's beautiful. They should make a candle, you know. Anyway, back to work. So it's pretty simple, guys. I don't have a lot of room here. I need to get another tray in here. All my other trays are at work. So you just soak her down. You just, you know. It's not rocket surgery. See? You get that? Yeah. Oh yeah. Right there. Don't forget that spot. Nope. Hang on now. And you just give her the old WD-40. The old beard oil bath is what I like to call it, ladies and gentlemen. Cleans her right up. And you see, I mean, I'm getting quite a bit off of there just with the WD-40. By the way, this is the side cover for the engine. This is the breather for the engine. Not the breather. I guess the vent tube. I'm assuming there's some sort of probably steel wool filter in here. Catch some of the oil coming out. So the inside's got very old oil, as the engine doesn't have an oil filter, so this is what you get. Looks like a 50-year-old diesel engine, basically. So that hasn't been well maintained. So we're just gonna soak it down. We're gonna let this sit overnight actually, and I'll show you guys on the next video cleaning this up. On the next cleaning video anyway. I'm gonna try not to do all cleaning videos. It's Sunday, man. I don't wanna, it's the Lord's Day. We're not supposed to work today. I didn't want to go to work and get tools, so here I am. Yeah. Giving the old beard oil special to the 1950 Pontiac Straight 8. And then once you get enough in here, by gosh, you can just, you get a little bit of transmission oil, a little bit of solvent, a little bit of WD-40, you'll have this girl cleaned up in no time. She'll be ready to go to the show, if you know. Whoa. Anyway, that's how I start that. And then I'll scrape all that off. That helps loosen everything up. It helps. WD-40 helps a lot, I'm telling you. It's not just for squeaks and rusty bolts, but it's a great cleaner. Especially like if you need to clean the throttle body or something, you don't want all that dirt to fall in the engine. Spray some WD-40 on your rag. It grabs that oil, or it grabs that dirt, and plus, I mean, it's pretty dang good beard oil, if I gotta be honest. Anyway, enough about me. We are going to clean up the breather tube now in the solvent tank. Get you guys spun around here. Get over here so you can see what's going on. I know I don't have the best setup right now. I'm working on it. Can you guys see how many followers I have? I'm actually just using my iPhone right now. Who would have thunk? Also, happy Sunday. Cheers. It's about time for a nice cold Corona. I don't know. Let's see here. Here we go again. No gloves. I'll have gloves next time, I promise. Stop yelling. I can hear you. Just calm down, Becky. I know. It's bad. Solvent. It's bad. Wow. Look at all that stuff coming out of the breather. That's probably fine. Oh, come on. Kinda. You know, you can't have nothing nice. I mean, just, come on, guys. Look at that. It's just so thick that to do it with a brush at the beginning is... And see, this did not get the WD-40 treatment. This went straight to the solvent tank about an hour ago. So, it's going to be a little more difficult. But it must be done. Might not get done right now. It needs to soak a little bit more. I think what we're going to do is scrub, get a layer on, and stick it back in here. It's Sunday, guys. I don't want to work. Good. I gotta work tomorrow. For God's sakes. I just want to get 1 million views for, you know, no reason. By the way, I know this is starting out slow and probably not the best YouTube channel ever, but I think you should subscribe. I think you should subscribe and follow, because we got some big plans brewing. If a deal goes through that I'm working on right now, we are gonna have a lot of work ahead of us. So we'll see. I'm not gonna talk about it. It's kind of a once in a lifetime deal. We'll see what happens. In other news, this needs to soak more. The guy is about out of elbow grease for one day, you know what I mean? Taking off the paint, but that's okay. Have you seen the freaking car? Look on my page, come on. Who knows? I might not be taking off the paint. That might have just been grease and that paint was already gone. I don't know. I mean, just look at that. I haven't even touched it. I haven't touched it. Look at that. Isn't that pleasant? God. Right down my sleeve. Did you see that? For goodness sakes. Live. I love cleaning parts. It's one of my favorite things to do. You know? Nice Sunday day off, kick back, clean some parts, spill it down your arm. Ask yourself 10,000 times, what am I doing? I could be in the mountains hiking. I could be fishing. I could be hunting. I'm cleaning parts. Look at this. This thing's filthy. I just wiped it out. By the way, if you guys know any safer but good solvent companies that don't, I mean, I know about the green machines. They're great. I use them at work every day, but I don't have that kind of money. You know, you see. Check the followers. You see. Maybe someday. WD-40, let me look at this. Could be a sponsor. You know what I mean? Have your people contact my people. Where is Moose, by the way? I think he got tired of cleaning parts. I told you guys he didn't like it. Anyway, we're gonna get this other engine cover in here. We're just gonna set this. This is Purple Power in this bucket. Very dirty. Been used for 1 day. All I've cleaned, the only thing I've cleaned is the 2 transmission mounts, this cover, and part of the, what you would normally call the torque converter cover, but on here, on this particular setup, it's called a Taurus cover. And I didn't get the Taurus cover very clean. It's gonna have to soak in the solvent, I'm afraid. Just bought the solvent yesterday. You guys saw it at the beginning of the video. You could see through it pretty good. Had some dirt on the bottom, but now, gotta love spending money. Which the solvent will last a long time. I just really like having clean solvent. So that's why I go through soaking it in WD-40. Then I soak it in Purple Power. Purple Power is not cheap either, nor is WD-40, but it saves my solvent. Saves me from having to clean out the solvent tank, you know. And this Purple Powder looks horrible, I understand, but I can still use it to soak a lot of other parts in. And a lot of times I just add to it. I usually just buy the 5-gallon jugs and add to it, but I'm out. So, bought a 1 gallon yesterday. You should have bought a 5, you know? Story of my life. I know you want to yell at me because I'm scratching it, but it's fine. Look on my page at the car. It's a rat rod. It's not a show car. It's a cruiser. It's really cool, but unless I start getting like 1 million views here, she's gonna be a rat rod. That would cost me a fortune to make a show car, and honestly, I love it the way it is. Once again, just using horsehair brush here. I wouldn't use it on final cleaning. Bristles coming off everywhere, you know. Got nuts and bolts in the bottom of this. Just give them a little stir. Agitate. So yeah. Set this back down here. Pop that baby in here. This is the other engine side cover, valve cover. It's flathead, you know. Valves are in the block on the side. So we're gonna clean this baby up a little bit, or see how it goes anyway. What'd you guys do with my brush? I see. I got it. Got a little WD-40 on it. That'll be okay. That is a lot of old oil and lead, probably. It's stuck to the side of this, inside of this valve cover. Wow, that was so thick. I did not realize that was that thick. Probably very hard for you guys to see. I'm gonna get a better setup soon. Everything costs money. You guys know how it goes. Honestly, I've been kicking around the idea about doing a channel for a long time. Just never really went for it. And recently my dad passed away at a pretty young age, pretty unexpectedly, and I realized life is too short. If you want to do something, you better get your ass after it, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know if tomorrow's going to be here. So thank God every morning and work hard every day. Obviously, guys, this has a gasket on it. I'm going to get the gasket stuff off later when everything's dry. I don't want all this shit in my solvent tank. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Just first clean up, quick go over. And this stuff's also going to set out for probably another month before it gets put back on the engine. Might be 2 months. So it's going to get dirty again. It's going to get dusty. It's going to have a final cleaning. So this is just to get the main big chunks, oil and grease off. Although I am in quite the hurry to get the Pontiac back on the road, I'm not rushing through anything. I'm not going to skip anything, not cutting any corners. Once I get the engine transmission back in, we've got to do exhaust, and then we get to rebuild the whole front end. And then, actually first we're probably going to do the rear end. It's got leaf springs in the rear and one of them is broken somewhere. So we're putting a 4 Lincoln airbags on it. Stay tuned, folks. That we'll probably do out at a friend's shop. He lets me store vehicles out there and work on them out there and trade a little work, trade a little beer, you know, friend stuff. So, really good people. You guys will see that in a later episode. I'll have the Pontiac out there once it's running again. For sure putting airbags on the back, and the front needs rebuilt, so why not put airbags on the front, you know? It's just gonna cost a little bit more money. I gotta go open the door, the propane heater, I don't know what's going on, but carbon monoxide, I'm surprised the alarm's not going off. There's Moose. I guess I had the door shut too hard. He couldn't push it open. He's a pretty good dog. He likes to get himself in trouble quite a lot. He ran away. Yes, he didn't run away, but he was exploring the neighborhood. We live by a pretty busy street. People blow through the stop sign all the time. Moose, he wasn't worried. I think he was on the hunt. You know what I mean? Still got this soaking over here. Look at all that dripping off. Nasty, you know. Boy, you should put your phone hanger somewhere else because it's right. We might need a little more beard oil. My goodness. Anyway, that's probably about all we're gonna get done today, folks. I know cleaning isn't that exciting. I just wanted to give you an update. Probably gonna bring home some tools for the Hydromatic tomorrow after work, and at least try to get this thing gutted. We're not going to tear every individual piece down tomorrow, but I'm hoping tomorrow we'll get this reverse section off, get these out, inspect these bands. I'm afraid it's probably going to need new bands. Those are expensive, but I can get them, so that's good news. Anyway, I really appreciate your guys' support. It's been kind of overwhelming. You know, I haven't posted very many good videos, and you guys are still following me and liking them and sharing them, and all I can say is there's a lot more better videos to come. If you can stick with me through the hard times, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun, folks. Stay classy. Well, time for you guys to meet Moose. He's shit. No, he's a pretty good boy. Yeah. He's kind of a shop dog. Kind of an outside dog. He doesn't have any rules. See, he's about to yell at me. And I ain't taking none of that shit. Get out of here. He doesn't listen very well. No, he's a good boy. Anyway, back to washing parts. Very exciting stuff. I know. Probably gonna get like 1 million views from this, but anyway, this stuff is currently, I'm about out of Purple Power. You know, story of my life. About out of everything. About out of patience. This stuff's soaking in Purple Power. It has been soaking in WD-40. These are the valve covers for the side of the engine. I'm gonna scrape some more stuff off of this feller, and then we're gonna wash those up in the solvent tank. I'm not sure. Moose doesn't like washing parts, and I gotta say I'm with him. Right? You want to wash some parts? That looked like a no to me. Okay, let's get to work.